Hi there, it's Dave Levine here, leadership coach and also the host of the Sports Stories podcast. Thanks ever so much for joining me today for Sports Stories Snapshot. Today's theme, as I've sort of spoken about before, is really important in my leadership journey and in how I turn up in the world. And the theme I've chosen for today is feedback. Why feedback? Well, today has been a day where feedback has been at the forefront of my mind. I've been involved in a couple of development centres and really helping individuals on their leadership and development journey as such. But I've also really been reflecting on the point of feedback in terms of everyday life, in terms of family, in terms of friends, in terms of just turning out in the world, and how feedback as a tool or a mechanism is such an important aspect for letting people know where you're at and also helping them develop and understand where they're at. So first of all, the feedback that I have been doing mostly today has been on a development aspect, and it's really made me think about how we give feedback in terms of what we observe and what we see, but also what we hear, but crucially also how it makes us feel. So we're digging into sort of the different kind of mechanisms and the different aspects of content which we can use to share that feedback. And then in delivering that, how important it is to have the relationship and the context so that that feedback can land in a purposeful, productive and meaningful kind of way. And that's been my challenge today, but I think it's a challenge all the time as to how do we deliver feedback as a really useful and productive component of development, but make sure that it needs to land, because giving feedback in a way that is not in the right context and not in the right environment and against the relationship can actually be really destructive. And it's been that fine line which has really made me reflect today. So the thing I'd like you to reflect on, as I always do, is where's that fine line? How do you give feedback? What aspects do you call on? Whether it's what you observe or listen and hear, do you call on some of your your gut feels and some of your sensations, some of your emotions? Do you call on those? But also, how do you deliver it in a way where it can be really powerful and really useful to you, but also to cement the relationship that you have with those that you're giving the feedback to? And it really relates to the work around the Johari window, which I deal with a lot in my work, and I'll touch on in a future snapshot. But in terms of giving feedback, it's really helping people access some of their blind spots and also cementing the relationship further. So as always, do drop me a line at www.sportsstories247.com or through some of the social media channels. It'd be great to hear from you. Lovely to hear some of your experiences, or even if you've got further sort of sports story snapshot themes that you would like me to cover, it would be great to hear from you and hear how I can possibly help further. Until then, take care, have a great rest of the day, and I look forward to joining me throughout the rest of the week for some further sports story snapshots. Till then, see you soon. Bye for now.